Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Sharita. Let's walk and talk. I'm here to tell you today, stop giving up, man. Stop giving up. Stop giving up on things you want for yourself, your dreams, your goals. Stop letting your kids give up. I work with kids every single day, and I do not allow them to give up. I don't allow them to even use giving up language. That is, I don't know. This is hard. I need help. You know what I mean? Without even thinking it through. Just giving up. That's giving up. Okay? I've never done this before. These are the things that kids say all the time that I correct them on. And you're like, I don't want to hear that. You know what I mean? Nobody taught me this. Nobody taught me how to do this. They didn't teach me that. Stuff like that we say. That's giving up language. And when my students do it, I say, we don't talk like that. We don't say that here. We say, we got this. Look at it. Figure it out. What do you think we do? What do you think we need to do? What's the first step? What should we do first? This applies to us adults as well. When we use that giving up language, it may be something you want to do that you've never done before. A dream you've had for years. You can imagine yourself in your dream, living your dream, but you haven't taken the first step because I don't know how to do it. I've never done it before. This seems hard. Or I was going to do it, but I started doing it, but this happened. And then what do? You just hang it up in a closet with all the rest of your goals and dreams. And that's giving up. That's giving up, whether you know it or not. You give up and you have to start over. And you feel like when you're working on it, when you start over, you feel like, yeah, I'm doing it. Not if you left it in the closet for weeks at a time. All you're doing is setting yourself back because you have the mindset to get started in the first place. You don't want to be in start mode all the time. If I did that with my students, allow my students to do that, they wouldn't even be able to read as well as they do. They wouldn't grow in their behavior and their focus. They wouldn't do that because they would stop every time it got hard, every time they didn't know. And what happens? This is what I see in kids, young kids, but it also applies to adults. When you use that kind of language, then something happens. There's a barrier between you and your actual goal. You can't even see a way to move forward. You understand what I'm saying? That's the same thing happening with kids. If they're reading, they don't have that confidence. They don't have the strategy. They don't know what's going to happen. They come across a word they don't know. And then I see them pull back. I see them start to look around. They actually withdraw from it. You understand what I'm saying? And then they wait. I was doing an assessment last night on a young lady. And she did that. She just gave up. She just stopped and she just looked to the left and just waited. And she would not read the word. Since it was an assessment, she's not officially my student, I just noted that. I know I need to work with her on that. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing we do. It's hard. We back away. We look from left to right. We look for something else to do. We get distracted. We tell ourselves it's too hard. We don't move forward. That's giving up. Some of us give up every single day. If it's something simple, like I used to do this all the time with walking. I wanted to walk more. I felt like it would be good for my body. It felt good. And every day I would be like, tomorrow I'm going to walk. I'm going to start walking. Then as soon as I'm ready to walk or I think about walking, all these other thoughts come into my head. It's too cold outside. It's too hot outside. You don't have the right clothes. You understand? Oh, yeah, especially the gym. I know y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't have the right clothes. There isn't enough time. All these thoughts, they're so strong. And the purpose of these thoughts is to make you give up right then and there. That's their job. And they're working overtime. But you, I like this tree. You, and this is why I work on with my students, we have to be really strong the other way. We have to be so strong that we stop those thoughts in its tracks and fight against it and have a plan. What are you going to tell yourself? What phrase are you going to tell yourself every single time these thoughts come in? This one phrase can be so powerful that it then becomes automatic, not the other thoughts. And that phrase, I want to keep moving. that phrase that I tell my students, I got this. And then the other one is, if I don't know it, I will know it. That's what we say. It doesn't matter what doubt. It doesn't matter what it looks like when it shows up. It doesn't matter if it's disguised with a hat and some sunglasses. It's the same thing. If you have doubts and that's making you give up and that's stopping you from moving forward, then come up with one thing that you say. You got to be ready, that you tell yourself, so you can knock that doubt back from where it came, and then you can keep moving, okay? So I'm going to say this to you right now. There's nothing you can't do. And everything you want to accomplish, you will accomplish. This is how I talk to my students and the parents too. We got this. Everything you want to accomplish, you will accomplish. There's nothing you can't do. And your job today is just to do a little better than you did yesterday. That's it. You don't have to be perfect. Your job today is just to do a little better than you did yesterday. And that means when we talk like that, you're always growing. You're always growing. Look at this. I love this. Y'all on TikTok told me what this was. Rose, I have to look again. Something rose. I have to look at it again. I forgot that click. But that's what you all do. Because I have that in my backyard. That bush. So that's what you all do. Just make sure that you have that phrase that's going to keep you moving no matter what. And if I know I'm speaking from experience. I've given up plenty of times in my life, and I had to talk to myself so I can keep moving forward. And that's how I was able to accomplish so many things, is by talking to myself and being ready. You got to fight. You got to fight. You can't just let that stuff come into your mind and dictate your day. It makes you tired. It makes you doubt yourself. It makes you lazy. It makes you confused. Like you don't even know what the next step is. You think it makes the next step bigger than it is. It was working overtime. So you have to be stronger than that doubt. And you have to be determined not to give up. Don't let it get you. And don't let it make you give up so easily. You got this. All right? Love y'all. Believe in yourself. Believe in your child, honey. And always remember that growth is unlimited. Peace.